evening, everyone, and thank you. You may now be seated. Before proceeding, we would like to recognize a student band conducted by Mr. Joseph Verderies, composed of middle school and high school students. Our music program is such a vital part of our celebrations here at school, and our student musicians never cease to impress us. Thank you. We are honored to welcome you all to the 60th commencement exercises for Cresskill High School, recognizing the class of 2024. Speaking on behalf of my colleagues and our entire Cresskill community, we are very proud of this group and what a privilege it is to be honoring the students seated before you today. At this time, we ask our student speakers to please approach the podium, and the students who are singing, please report to Mr. Von Vaughn and your sound explosion partners in our award-winning a cappella group. Everyone, please rise and remove your hats. We will begin with a flag salute by our two Principal's Leadership Award recipients, Lori Moon and Erin Fenn. Lori was a significant leader of the student organization, peers assisting Cresskill teens, and the Spanish Club. His leadership as captain of the football team was instrumental this year to ensure the cooperative merger with Emerson High School was so successful. In a few weeks, he will receive the prestigious Charlie McGill Award at the North Jersey Media Sports Awards event. In the fall, Lori will represent Cresskill with great pride when he attends George Washington University. Lori Moon. Erin was a National Merit Commended student, earned Seal of Eye Literacy recognition, and garnered multiple scholarships representing a variety of contributions to our school. She earned department awards for both mathematics and video productions, and was also a significant leader of the student organization. In addition, her athletic prowess in volleyball and basketball included not one, but two Bergen Record Athlete of the Week awards this year. First team All-Bergen County recognition in basketball, and membership in Creskill's 1,000 Point Club. In the fall, Erin will also represent Cresskill with great pride when she attends the University of Virginia. Erin Fenn.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I ask that you remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched.
Members of Sound Explosion, please return to your seats. And members of the class of 2024, to please be seated. Thank you to Mr. John Von Vaughn and all the members of Sound Explosion for such a beautiful rendition. Guests, you may now replace your hats. Next, we acknowledge the school officials seated behind the podium. Our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Peter Hughes. School Business Administrator, Ms. Dawn Del Sandro. Members of the Board of Education, President, Mrs. Barbara Ann Costa. Vice President, Mrs. Suzanne Joshi. Ms. Sally Cummings. Mrs. Amy Cusick. Mrs. Heidi Martin. Mr. Daniel Nemet Najad. And Mr. Daniel Ricardo. I would also like to acknowledge our esteemed administrative team. Mr. Eric Roth, Director of Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Janelle Amato, Director of Special Services. Dr. Dale Collins, Principal of Edward H. Bryan School. Mrs. Jackie Piguero, Principal of Merritt Memorial School. Mrs. Jill Keurig, Elementary Assistant Principal. Mr. Dan A. Peace, Middle School, High School Assistant Principal. Ms. Beth Del Vecchio, Athletic Director and Supervisor of Physical Education. Mrs. Grace Chun, Supervisor of Curriculum and Instruction. And Mrs. Alexis Peck, Supervisor of Curriculum and Instruction. Also joining us are our class of 2024 advisors, Mrs. Jamie Barasetta. Ms. Nicole Bodine. And Mrs. Vanessa Potenzone. And last but certainly not least, please join me in thanking our outstanding teachers, guidance counselors, and support staff for all of their efforts day in and day out, guiding our students, and for ultimately making today such a special celebration of excellence in education. I also extend a special thanks to a few specific colleagues whose work was instrumental in the planning and preparation for tonight's event. Mrs. Lori DeStassi, Mr. Rick Martino, Mr. Tom Scalesi, Mr. Dan Apes, Mr. Kevin Quinn, Mr. John Von Vaughn, and Mr. Jack McCaffrey. Thank you all so much. On behalf of the Cresskill School District, we acknowledge 6 very special colleagues today who will soon enter into retirement. I ask that each of you stand and remain standing as your name is called. Mrs. Judy Beekman. Mrs. Carmela Fusco. Ms. Barbara Muller. Mrs. Marie Papaleo. Ms. Maria Santoro. And Ms. Carol Whitney. To announce this group in succession is an honor and also bittersweet. Collectively, their varied contributions to our school and district have represented the values and spirit of Cresskill as a place to learn among caring people. As a girl dad myself, I am also very proud to say that Mrs. Beekman, Mrs. Fusco, Ms. Muller, Mrs. Papaleo, Mrs. Santoro, and Ms. Whitney have also provided an unspoken example and inspiration to our young women. They now pass that torch to our continuing faculty and staff, who have undoubtedly been inspired by their example too. In addition, I would like to personally thank each of you for your professional support and friendship, as it has been my honor to recognize you here this evening. Thank you, and we wish you all the best as you head into the next chapter of your lives. Thank you. Before we speak about the class of 2024 as a group, I would like to acknowledge the following individuals who are pursuing military service commitments. Students, I ask that you briefly stand when your name is called. Dennis Rossi and Dean Subb for their commitment to the Army National Guard. Min Sun Kang, who will join the Air Force ROTC program at the University of Michigan. Ryan Wang for his appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point. And serving in the Israeli Defense Forces, Zoe Dermer, Noah Alamich, Ashri Parenta, and Daniel Solomon. We all wish you well for safe service. Thank you. And now I have the distinct pleasure of talking about the Cresskill High School class of 2024. And this year's graduating class is certainly a memorable group. Many students have earned impressive accomplishments and made a mark on our school in so many different ways, as recognized at our recent Scholastic, Athletic, and Scholarship Awards events. This year, you provided our school with proud highlights, including the boys soccer team winning the Bergen Invitational Tournament Championship. The principal players presenting 2 incredible performances with Radium Girls and the Music Man. And the girls basketball team pulling off the major upset victory over Immaculate Heart Academy in the Bergen County tournament. Yet, from another perspective, one can say the theme of achievement from the overall class of 2024 could be defined by experiencing various weather and other unexpected events in the last 12 months. It began last June with the eerie haze and air quality alerts from the Canadian wildfires. Our school year then began under a heat advisory alert that canceled and postponed outdoor activities. On the last day of school before the winter holiday break, we canceled school that day due to street flooding at school and on surrounding roads. During our spring break in April, we all experienced a rare 4.8 magnitude earthquake that shook New Jersey and the broader Northeast region. We then enjoyed the wonderment of nature together when we viewed the solar eclipse peaking at school dismissal time, though, when we returned to school just a few days later. Finally, we had our unique and unexpected adventure together in May, when what started out as a building-wide power outage quickly unfolded into a fire situation with the air conditioning system and an evacuation to the rec center. And finally, here we are, all gathered indoors as the first heat wave of the season hits this week. We have certainly navigated our share of unpredictable and uncontrollable situations, which are inevitable parts of life's journey. All of the many and varied experiences and accolades of this class create the collective mosaic that defines the class of 2024. One classmate in particular shared some reflective thoughts with me as his Cresskill experience now draws to a close. I'd like to share a sample of his words with all of you this evening. James Ruzich, could you please stand for a moment of acknowledgement? Thank you, James writes, and I quote, "There is no greater school, no greater community, or greater staff and administrators that would prepare each and every one of us better for what's to come." So how can we apply that Cresskill spirit to our own lives? When you have that fleeting dream, that New Year's resolution, that thing you'd like to tell your friends and family you are going to do, please, please do not wait for the perfect opportunity. Do not wait for life to knock on your door. It probably will not, and even if it does, it will probably be too late. You must knock on life's door. You must make it so. Remember that each and every one of us has done that already and will again be given the choice to cuddle in the comfort of not trying and never failing, to bitterly blame others on our circumstances for our failures, or to take a chance, to be the cougar, to take your struggles, your demons, and therefore your power, and make each and every person here who has devoted time, energy, and love to your cultivation proud to be part of your journey. Thank you, James, for this insightful perspective. We are all incredibly proud of the class of 2024 for all their impressive awards and achievements. And this statement from James demonstrates the deeper competencies and habits of mind that have created the foundation for all the accomplishments and accolades achieved by this class. Thanks again, James. However, as we talk about and celebrate success here this evening, we must appreciate all aspects of what fully defines success. A Hall of Fame professional athlete recently said, quote, "To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You have to be what most people are not, consistent, determined, and willing to work for it with no shortcuts. The simple reality is that life is hard. Yes, life is tough. And some of you have already experienced that in different ways. Some of you have made mistakes and fallen just short of your intended goals. Others may have been dealt with difficult life circumstances beyond their control. Maybe you sit here with a few regrets that you did not try something new, face a challenge head on, or put enough consistent effort into a pursuit. Those experiences are all part of life. And if you make the choice to view your mistakes as learning opportunities, focusing on what to do better next time and not repeating your mistakes, you will eventually achieve your success. Remember, you just have to be consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. Graduates, the path you will forge to define your success in life will be exciting, it will be scary, it will be surprising. One constant you can maintain, though, is the manner in which you travel that path. If there's just one influence that you take from these words on graduation day, may it be that you do not travel your life path alone. Instead, surround yourself with people who will influence, support, and inspire you. One of the best experiences you can have as part of this school community actually lies ahead of you. We invite you to stay connected with the teachers, coaches, advisors, and staff members who have contributed to your personal development. Cresskill High School has always fostered a special bond with its graduates, and you can maintain a personal and professional network that can last a lifetime. Thank you, class of 2024, and we wish you well. Thank you. We will now begin the student speaker portion of this ceremony. Our first speaker will be our salutatorian, Leo Rail. Leo was a devoted and award-winning participant with the principal choirs, concert choir, marching band, concert band, and jazz band. He earned a National Merit Commended Scholar status and Advanced Placement Scholar with Honor awards. He was recognized for department awards in English, Spanish, vocal music, science for biology, and social studies. He's a member of the Spanish National Honor Society and the Triam Music Honor Society, and nationally recognized and published independent writer and poet. In the fall, Leo will proudly represent Cresskill at Yale University. Everyone, class of 2024 salutatorian, Leo Rail.
Thank you, Mr. Massaro, for the introduction. I was speaking with my fellow class speakers earlier today, and I was like, I'm so nervous to give a speech in front of all these people. And they just looked at me and they went, "Didn't you star in the school musical?" I was like, oh, yeah. Welcome parents, family and friends, faculty members, staff, esteemed guests, and my fellow classmates in the Cresskill High School graduating class of 2024. My name is Leo Rail, and in celebration of our achievement as high school students in the past 4 years, I have the honor of delivering the salutatory address to you all. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone who's contributed to getting me to where I am today, and I'd also like to thank everyone who has helped foster the achievement and success of our graduating class as a whole. Before I begin, I'd like to make one thing clear. Mrs. DeMarco, I give you full permission to use this speech as part of your rhetorical analysis unit for any future AP English language classes. To those future AP Lang students, take notes. This brings me to the first topic I'd like to touch on today, relating to what I just mentioned, the power and importance of speech. Once my peers in the class of 2024 and I are thrust into our next destinations, in a way we will all be wiped clean. We will be clean from all previous perceptions that have followed us up until this point in our lives. This presents us with a unique opportunity that may or may not happen again until farther along the road. Reinvention. So class of 2024, invent yourself next fall into the person you want most to be. Now is the time to dye your hair or find a new style, listen to that new artist you've been eyeing, or start practicing a new sport. As you embark on your journey after high school, remember that with a new start comes a new you. As there is ample opportunity for reinvention that comes with graduation and a fresh start, I'd like to share what I believe to be the most powerful qualities all of us possess as we become ourselves in new spaces. The first one being our voices. No, I'm not talking about your singing voice, I mean your power to speak and make yourself heard among the people you encountered. Class of 2024, as you've probably heard the phrase, choose your words wisely, I offer you a new interpretation. Choose your words with care. If you truly care about what and of whom you speak, people will listen to what you have to say. Speak with care, speak with passion, speak of issues that surround you, and speak of things that are true to yourself. This is why I urge you to reinvent yourself in whatever way you see fit. But when it comes to your speech, whether you're simply talking to a new friend or speaking at a podium in front of hundreds of people like right now, you mustn't reinvent yourself, but rather tell the truth of who you are. The best person to be at any given moment is always yourself. Cresskill is great because its community is so small and tight-knit, allowing us graduates to support each other over our past 7 years at this school. When I walk down the hallway, having lived here my whole life, I feel like I know everyone. But this aspect of our upbringing, like most things, is a double-edged sword. Knowing everyone gives us a greater sense of community, but a smaller breadth of opportunity for change and growth. Well, as the class of 2024 and I sit here in anticipation of throwing our caps in the air in celebration of 7 years well spent, we are mere moments from our whole lives changing. Sure, everyone's going to cheer and hug each other afterwards, take photos, celebrate tonight, and of course, post everything on Instagram. But afterwards, what's next? That's a tough question to answer for us Cresskill folk, who have had our class of 100 for what seems like forever. Though it feels like we're leaving high school and entering new territory completely alone, remember your speech. Remember, class of 2024, that you always have a voice. You take it with you wherever you go, to meet new people, to call old friends, to video chat your parent, to send niche videos to your siblings that only they'd understand, to make new friends, to keep old ones, to talk and talk and talk and talk to those you love. And that brings me to my second point, love. To not only my peers, but to everyone listening, I urge you to love everyone. The thing about love is that it doesn't need to be romantic or familial. As I urge you to show love to all with whom you interact. It can be as miniature as possible, but make sure it's there. With the littlest amount of love comes respect. And by showing anyone, no matter how they present to you, just a little respect, as Aretha Franklin once sang, you'll use your voice in a way that matters, in a way that quickly helps you gain friends and people you can count on in your new world. The idea of a new world is exciting and fascinating to me, and I hope that my peers alongside me feel the same. Class of 2024, though it may feel like you're discovering a new world after high school where everything has changed, is different, or reinvented, realize that you are not alone, and with the power you harness through your voice and through your love, you can make anywhere you go into a new home. I will do this as well as I adjust to my new home away from home at college. My mother and I have been talking a lot about me moving away and how we'll miss each other. After all, I'm her last kid to leave, and she and I have been living together, holding down the fort for years now. But to my mother, I'd like you to know that when I leave for college, I'm not leaving you. As I start my journey, your voice is my voice, and your love is my love, which I will bring with me everywhere. I may be changing my location, but we'll always be linked together. I can say this for all of the members of my family and close friends that have had such an incredible impact on me. In class of 2024, I want you to think the same way. You'll leave high school. You might leave Cresskill. You might leave New Jersey, even America. But no matter how far away you end up, let the many voices and the heartfelt love of your kith and kin intertwine with your own. Forgive me for digressing a moment, but this could not be a true grad speech without a few acknowledgements. Thank you to the faculty members and the organizers who made today possible. Thank you to the teachers who supported me, put up with me in class, and made me feel empowered to achieve whatever I set my mind to. Though the list would be too lengthy, you know who you are. I promise I'll keep in touch. Thank you to all my friends, many of whom are sitting here among the class of 2024. Shout out to Tico and Uni, whom I always know I can count on. Thank you to God, and thank you to my family. You have blessed me with everything I could have asked for and more. To end my speech, I leave you all with a quote from my favorite singer, Stevie Wonder. Change your words into truth, and then change that truth into love. Once again, congratulations to the Cresskill High School graduating class of 2024. We did it!
Leo, thank you for such a great speech to start off our student presentations this evening. I now call our student speaker, Erin Fay, to the podium. I previously introduced Erin as our Principal's Leadership Award recipient when she and Glory led us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So as you can see, she clearly goes above and beyond to do it all. Everyone, our class of 2024 speaker, Erin Fay.
Thank you, Mr. Rosero, for that amazing reach on my name, I guess. I can't believe it's over. Just yesterday, I was in kindergarten, bawling my eyes out because I missed my mom. Putting my bag in my cubby, being told by my teacher, Miss Rooney, that we are the graduating class of 2024, and thinking that sounded impossible. 2024, I'd have my own license, I'd be voting in a presidential election, I'd be doing my own laundry. No way. At 6 years old, 2024 was light years away, but here we are. Thank you to the staff, distinguished guests, and the class of 2024 for being here on this special night. I want to give a special thank you to my family for helping me get to this point, whether it was my mom quizzing me on my flashcards, my sister and brother reading my essays or speeches, or my dad forcing me to read every night when I was little. I could not have done this without you. And before I begin, I just need to let everyone know that my brother tried to give a speech at this graduation in 2014, but he didn't get picked. So, he's sitting over there if you want to look at him. Okay, so now that that's out of my system, to others, Cresskill is just a small town in a small state. But we all know it as so much more than that. Like most of my classmates, guests in the stand, and even my parents, Cresskill has been my only home. I went from St. Therese to Bryan School to Cresskill Middle and High School. Oh, sorry, I meant St. Therese to Bryan School to Cresskill Middle School to my bedroom to St. Therese again to Chode, and then finally Cresskill High School. And throughout our crazy 4 years of high school, I'm sure we all struggled. So today, I would like to share something that I've personally struggled with in hopes that it may help others. I have anxiety, specifically academic anxiety. For the first part of my high school career, it took over my life, but I refused to acknowledge it. Measuring myself based on how well I performed and hiding it from the people who truly cared for me. Halfway through my junior year, I realized I needed to make a change. By refusing to recognize the fact that I was struggling with anxiety and hiding it from the people I cared about, I was fueling the fire. As I continued to learn from so many of the amazing teachers and counselors here, I began to learn that I should not be defined by the numbers in Genesis. Numbers only show how well you can perform a specific task. However, they cannot illustrate the kindness, social skills, and hard work of everyone sitting here today. 10 years from now, you won't remember that you did really well on your multivariable calculus quiz, or you got a perfect 12 out of 12 on one of your AP Lit practice essays. Instead, you will remember that the fun memories you had made. And now, I'm not saying just stop studying or doing your homework, but always remember that if you fail, the answer is not to bury yourself in worry, doubt, and anxiety, but it is to brush it off yourself and getting back on your feet. And as we embark on this new journey, I urge you to remember that high performance does not have to mean high stress. So, when you're at school this fall, walking out of a difficult exam or submitting an impossible assignment, don't fixate on the did I do this perfectly, focus on the did I try my best. And I know, if you're like me, you're probably saying to yourself, why can't I try my hardest and be perfect? And the reason is, perfection doesn't happen overnight. You have to work really hard, learn from your failures, and plan on getting a little bit better each day. Then, with a little bit of luck, you might reach perfection. If you do, congratulations. And if you don't, it doesn't matter. Just be content with trying your best. Although I'm nearing this end of my speech, and endings are always bittersweet, don't let your lasting memory of CHS be this ceremony. Let it be the people that made this ceremony possible, the coaches that pushed us to be great, the teachers and administrators who supported us, and 20 years from now, when you tell your kids about when you were in high school, don't focus on COVID or the flood, focus on your best friends, focus on your proudest achievements, focus on all the fun memories you made. But most importantly, focus on this community, because there are thousands of different colleges, millions of different jobs, and a billion different ways to live your life. But there is only one Cresskill High School. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to my friends, my family, and everyone listening, and all of my teachers that I had throughout my whole high school career. Thank you.
Thank you, Erin, for those wonderful words. I now call the class of 2024 valedictorian, Yuli Melmood, to the podium. Yuli has earned distinction as a National Merit Commended Scholar and Advanced Placement Scholar. She was an active member in multiple clubs, including the American Red Cross, Spanish, computer science, and mental health clubs. She mentored peers in the Israeli-American Council Leadership Program, was recognized for department awards in Spanish, science for both biology and chemistry, and social studies. She's a member of the National Honor Society and Spanish National Honor Society, also earning the New Jersey Seal of Biliteracy for both Hebrew and Spanish. In the fall, Yuli will represent Cresskill proudly at Rutgers University, Everyone, class of 2024 valedictorian, Yuli Melman.
Thank you, Mr. Macero, for the introduction, and hello, everyone. I would like to start off by thanking everyone who has made this day possible and everyone who has supported me throughout the past 4 years. To our administrators, guidance counselors, and staff for ensuring everything runs smoothly, even through floods and fire evacuations. To our teachers for sharing their knowledge, regardless of whether it was over Zoom or in person. And finally, to my friends and family, for always being there, for always listening as I complain about yet another AP exam or cross-country meet. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, if I'm being honest, when I started writing this speech, I was unsure of what I should talk about. Should I talk about myself, our challenges, the future? The more I thought back, the more I realized that I've been unsure of many things. For instance, I've often been unsure of my future aspirations. In 9th grade, I was determined to one day become a coder. However, after a few programming classes, I realized I would rather watch paint dry than stare at another line of code. So I started toying with the idea of becoming a scientist. I got a confidence boost after managing to get through Mr. Mejia's chemistry classes and signed up to spend the next summer at a lab. There, I quickly realized that filling beakers all day was not as glamorous as I had imagined. Between these pursuits, I had a lot more ideas for what I could potentially do. Really, by a sort of process of elimination, I set on becoming a psychologist, but who knows, I might change my mind again. My point is that it's okay to be unsure, and this applies to way more than just your college major. It might be easier said than done, but I believe everyone could benefit from fixating less about the future. You don't need to have your entire identity figured out. You don't need to know exactly who you want to surround yourself with. You don't need to completely understand your passions. In fact, Socrates once said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." I take this to mean that we must acknowledge our limitations in order to learn and grow. We live in a world that bombards us with information and expects us to know everything about ourselves. Yet all this knowledge can lead us to feel overwhelmed and confused. This is why it's important to admit that we don't have all the answers. It allows us to be adaptable to changing circumstances and receptive to different perspectives. So I encourage you to embrace this wisdom as we move forward, confident not in the extent of our knowledge, but in our ability to learn, grow, and keep an open mind. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2024.
Yuli, thank you for your creative and meaningful remarks. Leo, Aaron, and Yuli, please stand. Your words exemplify the distinct experiences and meaningful contributions of your class. Student speakers, you may now return to your seats with your classmates. Dr. Hughes, it is my pleasure and honor to present to you the Cresskill High School graduating class of 2024. Will the graduating class please rise? Dr. Hughes, I certify that these students have completed the graduation requirements for the state of New Jersey and the Cresskill Board of Education. Will the graduates please be seated? It is now my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Peter Hughes.
Good afternoon, Board of Education, Principal Massaro, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and the distinguished class of 2024. That's right. Before I get started with some words of advice for all of you, I think it important to honor the people who have helped you get here. Class of 2024, please rise. At this time, I'd like for you to offer a round of applause to the parents, friends, and family members that have been inspirational to you, that have taken you from Little League to school, through your hardships and the fantastic celebrations of your life. A round of applause for the people in the audience. Thank you, my students. Be seated. As the superintendent of this fine school district, it's my great honor to address you on this momentous occasion. Today, we gather to celebrate not just your academic achievements, but the beginning of a new chapter in your lives, one that holds infinite possibilities and profound potential. I want to share with you a thought that has resonated deeply with me over the years, a thought that I believe is crucial as you step into the future. It comes from Viktor Frankl, who said, "Everything can be taken from a person, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way." In these words, Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and a renowned psychiatrist, captures the essence of human resilience and the profound power of choice, even coming out of the most dark of places. Despite the unimaginable hardships he endured, he discovered that even in the darkest moments, we have the freedom to choose our response, to find meaning and purpose in our lives. Today, as you leave the familiar halls of Cresskill High School and step into the wider world, you are embarking on a journey to discover your own unique purpose. This journey will not always be easy. There will be challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. Yet, it is precisely in these moments that your attitude and choices will shape your path. Finding your purpose is not about following a predetermined script or meeting the expectations of others. It's about listening to your quiet voice, the one inside, the one that speaks of your passions, your values, and your dreams. It's about recognizing that purpose is not a destination, but a journey. One that evolves with every experience and every failure and every success. Purpose is what gives our lives meaning. It's the driving force that propels us forward, even when the road is steep and the night is dark. It is the beacon that guides us through uncertainty, the anchor that keeps us grounded in the face of adversity. And as Frankl reminds us, it is something that no one can take from us, because it is born from our freedom to choose what our attitude will be and who we will become. So how do you begin the journey of discovering your purpose? Start by being curious. Explore different fields, just like Liam said, just as we've discussed about exploring various avenues in our world. Embrace the unknown with an open heart and mind. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. Reflect on what brings you joy, what ignites your passion, and what aligns with your values. Remember that purpose is not always grand or world-changing. It can be found in the small, everyday actions that bring happiness to you and others. It can be in the kindness you show, the relationships you nurture, just being a friend, and the contributions you make to your community. Purpose is deeply personal and unique to each of us. As you move forward, I encourage you to hold on to Frankl's wisdom. In moments of challenge, remember that you have the power to choose your attitude. In moments of doubt, remember that your purpose is yours to define. And in moments of triumph, remember to stay humble and grateful for the journey. Cresskill class of 2024, you are the architects of your future. The world awaits your brilliance, your creativity, and your unique contributions. Embrace the journey with courage and determination. Choose your attitude, choose your way, and above all, choose to live a life of purpose and meaning. Congratulations, and may your journey be filled with discovery, meaning, and boundless fulfillment. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your special day and your journey. It has been my honor. Board of Education, it is my pleasure to affirm that the graduates of the class of 2024 have met all of the requirements of Cresskill Schools and the New Jersey Department of Education. I now present our graduates to Ms. Costa, our board president, for her remarks and the subsequent awarding of diplomas. Thank you.
Good evening, Dr. Hughes, Principal Massaro, faculty, parents, friends, family, fellow trustees, and to our amazing graduates. It is an honor and a privilege to be here to recognize the Cresskill High School graduates of 2024. As we gather here today to celebrate the years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance, I am reminded of the powerful metaphor of life. Just as a single candle has the ability to illuminate a dark room, each one of you has the potential to shine brightly in the world. Throughout your time in Cresskill High School, you have undoubtedly encountered moments of darkness, challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties. But it is precisely in these moments that your inner light has shone the brightest. You have shown resilience in the face of adversity, kindness in the midst of cruelty, and courage in the presence of fear. As you embark on the next chapter of your journey, remember that you carry this light within you always. It is a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration, and a guiding force in times of darkness. But more than that, it is a reminder of the incredible potential that lies within each and every one of you. But being the light is not just about illuminating your own path. It is about lighting the way for others. As you step out into the world, remember to lift others up, to lend a helping hand, and to spread kindness wherever you go. For it is in lifting others that we truly shine the brightest. And as you navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that it is okay to stumble, to falter, and to fall. For it is in these moments of struggle that we discover our true strength, our resilience, and our ability to rise again, stronger and brighter than before. So my dear graduates, as you stand on the cusp of a new beginning, I urge you to embrace the light within you. Let it guide you, let it inspire you, and let it illuminate the world around you. For in doing so, you will not only illuminate your own path, but also light the way for others to follow. On behalf of the Cresskill Board of Education, congratulations, class of 2024. May your light shine brightly wherever you go. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Costa. I now call on the senior class advisors, Mrs. Jamie Barasevic, Ms. Nicole Bodine, and Ms. Vanessa Codenzone, to present the diplomas.
Fareed Ahmadzada. Alejandro Araje. Isabel Maria Aranda. James Arosamena. Christopher Bafer. David Barkin. Emmy Barkin. Brian Berkowitz. Nearly Breland. Chloe Lee Campbell. Jonathan Catran. Sun Hee Cho. Jessica Choi. Brian Chung. Maya Elisa Correa. Savannah L. Cummins. Chase Coutreau. Zoe Dermer. Charlie Diamond. Sophia Dodo. John Gaynor Dene. Danya El Haddad. Cassette Ellis. Erin Dorothea Fay. Andrew Fawcett. Jensen Lopez. Justin Friedel. Owner Gench. Rachel Goldman. Ben Goldman Yehuda. Gianna Abigail Gum. Pedro Gonzalez. Nikita Herrera.
Andre Charles Haddad.
Noah Halamish. Mariam Ibrahim Ahmed. Emily Hahn. Julia Hazenstad. Jack Hayward. Brian Huang. Heewon Jung. Elena Kacharova. Minsung Kang. Kim. Heejin Kim. Josh Kim. Tyler Lamb. Che Lee. Hien Lee. Amy Hien Lee. Jaden Lee. Liam Leibowitz. Ori Levenger. Jocelyn Lewin. Omri McGee. Catherine Macris. Aiden Barone. Ava Madisich. Yuli Milamud. Sydney McGardos. Jack Mitchell. Tamar Manhai Yahab. Glory Wan Moon. Thoughts Moore. Madeline Morgan. Rebecca Nywood. Yu Jung Owen O. Philip Lior Boring. Yonatan Oz. Chae Yoon Park. Natsuki Park. Ashri Tariende. May Elaine Hazarodi. Mika Peleg. Alfonso Pina. Ronald Presta Jr. Marco Radovich. Leo Michael Rail. Sophia Hazel Amaral Rodriguez. Dennis Rossi. Dana Rose Ruggiero. James Lombardi Bruzich. Isabella Santana. Tommy Santuva. Brianna Savanon. Robert Scher. Jack Seminaro. Allison Seo. Daniel Heim Solomon. George Stoyaglu. Kanoka Suganuma. Dean Suck. Tico Tavari. Erin Olshifer. Andre Baseman. Sana Varaya. Rocco Webster. Joshua
Shir Zipori.
Will all of the graduates please stand? I'd like to say to all of our guests that this is a good photo moment right now. Graduates, please move your tassels to the left. Will the graduates please remain standing? And will the graduates who are singing please join the vocal ensemble for America the Beautiful?
Forever waves of grace.
ensemble. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2024. You have made us proud and you will continue to make us proud. Parents, family, and friends, please prepare for the final photo moments. And finally, to the class of 2024. You are now officially graduates of Cresskill High School.